So Jane Goodall barely even knew these people. Who couldn't have seen that coming? When it comes to two people like Harry and Meghan, every single time. This Jane Goodall woman apparently came out in 2020 and totally set them straight in the media. So for Harry and Meghan to try and come out like this as if they were like best friends, and it seems that she like forced the child, the fake rented invisible child, she forced the child on her, and then it was obviously for the story. So that way Meghan could be able to say, oh, she held Archie. That's why that story came out so fast. But now you find out that she barely even knew him. She didn't even like him. Probably didn't even like him. You know how these people are, man? The Jane Goodall, the conservationists, these woke people, they think that the human race is the enemy, and they have like these crazy extreme views. And just like Harry and Meghan are, they're woke as hell. So you really see it. Oh, she was a visionary. Okay, then she was. She didn't even like you, Harry, or you, Meghan. From the way this sounds, to be honest with you, it literally says, don't believe everything you read about Dr. Jane Goodall and her relationship with the two idiots, according to People magazine 5 years ago. Okay. Hey, this is what happens with something like this, where it literally comes out eventually. With William, it came from the official pages and all that kind of stuff, but this was put out with Harry and Meghan right away. They did it real quick because they wanted people to see, oh, Harry and Meghan are great, they're so amazing. And it's like, yeah, we can see why they're doing it, and you can literally see it here. See, don't believe everything. There's all this stuff in the press about being best friends, which is absolutely stupid. And you can see that she was 86. This was 5 years ago. We're not best friends. I've only met them 3 times. It's so silly. Really, Jane? Is it silly? I think we can explain why it's silly. It's silly because Meghan has to use every single little encounter to her advantage in the press. That's why it seems silly. When you think about something like this, right, you think about what happened where more than likely Jane Goodall saw her name being used with People magazine. She was like, what? Why are they talking about me? Why are they using my name? And then she said, I've only met them 3 times. I barely even know these people. I don't know these people. And here's the thing. With this story, I did more research and I went to go check, has there been any other public information between Goodall and Harry or Meghan? And no, there hasn't. This was the last time there was any connection with Jane Goodall and these two idiots within the last 5 years. So this is the last time that she spoke about them. She doesn't know. They don't know these people, and you really saw how the whole story of, she carried Archie. She carried him. No, nobody carried him because he doesn't exist. Jane Goodall, Archie. She held our son. She held our son. Yeah, okay, Jennifer Garner. Hey, do you know that Jennifer Garner is on TikTok selling stuff? Has anyone ever known that? That's crazy. That woman is hardcore. She sells stuff on TikTok, and she's a freaking star. But anyways, this right here, this is from this. See, this is around in 2019, right? You see that right there? This is 2020. So you know what this tells me right here? This tells me that more than likely Meghan shoved the kid onto her. So that way Meghan would be able to say this. It's so obvious. It's the worst. Or, well, they said this back then. I didn't see anything about her holding the kid back then, because that's a new story. Is the whole thing fake? I didn't see anything about that. Okay, 6 months later, stop. Okay, here it is right here. To chat with the two idiots during the visit, right there. She couldn't resist the chance to hold the child. He was very tiny and very sleepy, not too pleased to be passed. Okay, so on the visit, right, she forced her to hold the kid. Makes sense. It makes a whole lot of sense. I was like, is that story fake? Did she make up the whole thing? See, but if you notice, how you doing, Coral Sand? If you notice, these quotes right here aren't being used in today's stories. Like, let's go look at this story. Are they using the quotes that she barely knew them? Windsor Castle, Dame Jane, Roots. See? Harry and Meghan recall their tribute. Nothing. Vision. There's the quote. Which all this was happening while her father was stuck in a building with an earthquake. If that's even true now, because the guy talked to TMZ, literally. I mean, the whole family, bro. Jesus God. The whole damn family. They're all freaking grifters. Harry also interviewed, see, British Vogue. Nothing of extraordinary voice. See? They're not putting it out there. They're not putting out these quotes. They're not putting those out there, are they? I've only seen them 3 times. It's so silly. Yes. Yes, Jane. You're being used from the grave. From the grave. According to the Daily Mail, she held Archie. I called him a liar. Yeah. You know, it's an issue right here with this. This is sad and petty at the same time to use this woman's name. But then I guess kind of the counter to that would be, well, William and them, everybody was basically doing it. Because William and Catherine did one as well. They did a honor post as well. I do know that. So you really can't say, oh, well, Harry did it right away. Oh, you really can't say it. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can, because you knew. And even then, it's something where as soon as they found out, they told the journalist that Harry and Meghan's information, they did it quick. They did it through Roya Nika. I don't know if you know who that is. They did that fast. I mean, there was the announcement for Jane Goodall, and then like 10 minutes later, Harry and Meghan. So then people are going to say, well, William did one today. No, he didn't do it in 10 freaking minutes. We know why they did that. Because they want everyone to think that they care. Thank powers that maybe seems to come to an end for these grifters using only one for beautiful. I mean, that's tough for me, Janet. I'm in for the long haul. You know, there's some of these journalists, they've been here for like 20 years, man. Some of these royal journalists, I've seen them. They're old. You know, they've been here for a long time. And I think what Harry and Meghan are doing, this idea that they're going to go away, I don't know about that. That's a really, really tough idea. Because if you think about who we're talking about here, there's also an issue of their craving for attention. Harry's a 41-year-old, 13-year-old. He wants to be on stream. I bet you if he could, he would start an IRL stream. That's what the kids are doing right now. IRL streams. Yeah, we're going to use this one. This is how Meghan carries him. Just like that. Whenever they go anywhere in public, I should have put this out and been like, paparazzi photos. Meghan Markle carrying around Prince Harry. Hold on, let me go back to that screen. That's who they are. You know, and I don't think this is very far off either. Not necessarily just a meme. This isn't very far off from the way the real world is. It really isn't. He really is like in a bag with her, and she walks around with him in her bag and stuff like that. Nostradamus about Will Power meeting King Harry. You don't have to scream with all the caps. King Harry, Queen Meghan of Gales, Nostradamus. What? Loser, Ficky, Lazy, William, Katie, Crisis, Reino Unido. What? These are Meghan's fans? This is hilarious. Are Toxinomica, William, uh, I don't know. Are you from Brazil? Does Meghan have bots in Brazil? Probably. But yeah, like I was saying, this is pretty much the exact same thing. This is what life is. A lot of people see this and they don't understand that this is real. And I don't mean this like, yeah, he's her handbag. But when it comes to this man, that's how it seems. Unless there's a lot of talk about the actual marriage, right? Yeah. There's a lot of talk about the actual marriage and how they are. And this is how I feel that they are right there. That photo perfectly encapsulates who Harry and Meghan are right there. And when you really think about it, that's why the whole time, remember that stupid speech he gave at the summit where he was sitting there talking, oh, my wife in 2018 was the most trolled person. Harry, that was like almost 8 years ago, bro. That's a long time. You're still bitching about that? I mean, after all of the things that these people have done, he's still complaining about something that happened 8 years ago, right? And that's how it is. That's how Harry is. He's just her wallet, her ATM, her dog. This is real. This is exactly how it is. And I've been really changing my idea of their marriage because before, like 2 years ago, I'll admit it, 2 years ago, a year ago, I really was on the they're separated, but they come together for engagements bandwagon. I was on that. I can say that. And now I've come to the idea that this woman just owns this man. He's just one of those guys that thinks strippers like him. That's real. And the whole thing about being separated, they probably have separate residences. They probably don't stay in the same Montecito fortress every day. You know, they have nannies and shit that watch the kids 24/7. Remember that nanny, what was it? It was a job listing in some Montecito thing. And it was literally talking about a nanny that was going to be either live in or live out, but it was 7 days a week. And they were going to be working like 80 hours a week. And from what that listing said, that's what they're looking for. They're looking for someone to replace them with their kids. That's why this whole bullshit with Meghan, the parent thing, that whole bullshit is so strong coming from her because she wants to seem like it. She's Meghan. This is real. What I'm about to tell you is real. Meghan Markle said that her child, Archie, the one that nobody can prove exists, right? Meghan said that he asked her when his birthday was. He's supposed to be 6 years old, right? Yeah, somewhere around there, 6, and the other one's 3. A 6-year-old doesn't know his own birthday. That's crazy. Either you don't tell them, do you not talk to them? What the hell? Yeah, it's a full-time parent. That's exactly what it is. It's a full-time parent. Nostradamus saw Elizabeth II. Okay. Well, she was old. That really doesn't count. Queen Elizabeth could have gone any day. She was a little old lady that stayed there to the end. And now what we see with King Charles, we can see why. William and Katie, game over. You know, the problem with this point of view, POV, the problem with this idea with these people, these Meghan fans, what are you talking about? William's going to be king. You know that, right? Like, there's not going to be some type of divine intervention. Sometimes I see when Meghan's fans comment, like on social media or like this, and you think to yourself, do you realize you're living in this reality, this real world? Like, William's going to be king. Catherine is going to be queen. That stuff is going to happen. I don't get it. Nunca será reis, so they're never going to be king and queen. Okay. Okay. They're never. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Y'all have, honestly, this is exactly like Meghan. She's just like her fans. Hold on, let's look for that one. Just like Meghan and her fans, because these people are delusional. This is this thought process. That's not trolling either. That's not what that is. That they're not trolling just to troll and try and say something. No, that's real. These people really believe that. They really, really do. They really believe this. Oh, wait, we got to go back and see that one. Remember this one? Remember this one? This is the one we put out there. I remember. Look at this one. The Typhoon Trekpa did a low pass straight over him, almost shattering the windows of his Audi, but ultimately spared him on my orders. Wow. That guy. You want that guy back in the family, Charles? And Meghan said, we are one plane crash away from the throne. Wow. These are the two people we're talking about. I haven't seen that meme. I put out this meme probably in 2023. I remember that. Damn. That's old. What does it say? 1 year, 2024. How you doing, Momster? Future King Harry, Gwing, Meghan of Gales, film King Lion 2019. It's gibberish. It's gibberish. See? That's Meghan right there. There it is. This, what you're looking at by this person on the screen, that's the same way she is. These people are like that. Imagine when Meghan is in private, whereas when she's a troll online, some of the stuff that these people online say on X or in the chat or wherever, some of the stuff that you see, this comes from her. It's real. There's a real connection there between Meghan and her fans. That's really, really real if you think about it. And now they're going to bring this out. Meghan's sister caught lying. Fake humanitarians. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's 100%. So now they're going to blame Samantha. I mean, the guy came out on TMZ, the father did. Oh, yeah, great. We love it. We would love to actually see the damn thing. Keep reading to learn if Thomas is truly in danger. Okay. Now, someone over there needs to talk to Wonderwall. Whoever's doing your IT, you need to fire him. Because that was ass. Straight up. All right. Lawyer drags. Oh, yeah, we could talk about this one now. This is the big news from yesterday. William and Catherine brought into the story. Because you're talking about, 20 years ago? Yeah, just about. For maybe a little bit more. William's 21st birthday. Yeah, that's who they were after. This, while it is one thing, thank you, ads. We just love it so much. Oh. So while it is something with Harry, it's an obvious play. They're just trying to bring people to it, bring more attention to the story because Harry's case is dead, straight up. It seems that the real, which I believe the real target of all the blagging and hacking and all of that kind of stuff was William and Catherine. Yes, I believe that. That's very easy to see. No doubt in my mind, because you have these people that actually matter. When with Harry, I would love for someone to ask Harry, what do you think they were trying to get off of you? What do you think they were trying to find out from your phone or whatever the hell he thought? What? What would Harry actually have the information? I feel like with Harry, he's a nobody in the family. And would it be like something for his relationship? Remember back then, that was one of the things he talked about, his relationship with Chelsea Davy that he ruins because he ruins everything. Um, is that it? Is that what he was talking about? I don't know. It's really even tough for me to believe. Like, let's say you and I, right? We were in a conference room and we were talking, and then you told me, "Oh, well, we're gonna try and hack Harry's phone," right? And I'd be like, "What? Why?" Well, we want to see what's going on there. See if there's a story there. There's nothing there. That guy doesn't freaking matter. He's a loser. We wouldn't. And then what would someone say? Oh, well, yeah, we want to pay attention to the future king. We want to pay attention to William and Catherine, see what's going on there. So they wanted to target them. This is believable. Absolutely. William and Catherine being the targets of these blagging and hacking, that's believable. Harry? No, not at all. Not in the slightest. And I would never believe it for a second. That's why originally when I even heard the story, I was like, okay, would that even happen? When what was the hacking, Harry? Did they hack your voicemail because your passcode is 1234? You idiot. The publisher dismissed these accusations as preposterous. Not very preposterous to me. I think they actually make more sense than Harry would. Pushing to strike out parts of the case as time barred. A win would net Harry millions in damages, according to his 12 million news group settlement, plus apologies and cap legal at 5. I mean, this guy's always under, what do you call it? He's always underwater with his legal fees. Has he even paid? Does anyone know out there if Harry has paid the legal fees from his first case? With all that money that he has, he's not broke. Okay. He's not a broke person. He's not a poor person. He has no excuses for why he hasn't paid any of this crap. Does anyone out there know? Because I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that he's probably still got, $2 million in legal fees he needs to pay those lawyers. Net Harry millions in damages, 12 million pounds. Yeah, but all that went to the, what do you call it, to the legal fees as well. This one. Now they're trying to use that as a win or something. Plus apologies and cap legal costs. Yet defeat risk total dismissal, deepening Harry's rift while validating his media intrusion grievances. I mean, the grievances are false anyway. That's what they are. That's what it is. They're false. No, they're I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to get me to ban them so then they can go and say that I ban people. It's actually funny. No, but I don't think this is a troll. I think this is somebody that really is talking. It's not a thing. And I think that's sad. There's people out there like that, They're not all there. You have to feel for them. Yet defeat risks total dismissal because he's an idiot. Broader fallout may prompt press reforms. What? Okay. Press reforms? But that would mean that they have to prove that they actually did something. I don't believe it. I don't think so. Harry, sorry. No. Okay, you tell me in the chat. Did they actually hack Harry? What do you think? How you doing, Nona? I just don't think so. 1 for yes, 2 for no. I just don't believe it. What kind of information, what kind of story could you even get from someone like Harry? It's even from the whole beginning, from the beginning of all of this, I've never understood that. But William, Catherine, yeah, I mean, because they're going to be king and queen. But here, press reforms. Because for me, it sounds like Harry just doesn't like them reporting on him and what they said about him back then. That's all that, as well as William winning his case. Let's not forget that. William won his case, so Harry has to keep on going with this bullshit. But if you're talking about press reforms, what are they going to reform? You're not going to be able to go and talk to a source or something? Do I think they have private investigators? Absolutely. That's a given. They want to control the narrative in Delululand. Yeah, that's always what it is with these people. I don't know what kind of reforms they're talking about. Because if you were to ask me what Harry means by press reforms, oh, don't talk about me. You're going to reform the system and you're not going to be able to talk about rich people and elites. That's what that sounds like. It's like taking away freedom of speech, right? I mean, over there in Britain, let's not go into it, but you know what I mean. How about Harry coming out of the closet? That would be a story. Meghan's his beard. Totally see it. Totally see it. The press already reformed the Levinson inquiry. Well, but I think I think what he wants is like real censorship. I think Harry wants hard censorship. I really do. I think when you're talking about Harry and the making it safe for children, right? That whole angle that they use, we know what that is. We know what they mean by that. Yeah. Like that's how I feel. When he says press reforms, he means you can't say a damn word about someone like him. That's what he means. Meghan, easy. Same thing. He's the one that said it, remember? Oh, she was the most trolled person in 2018. No, dude, that's when she showed up and everybody like got on her ass. Get over it. I mean, everybody got on Catherine's ass. They literally chased her. The paparazzi did. So what the hell? That's what I think. That's what Harry means by reforms. He wants censorship. Harry and Meghan are puppets for the deep state agenda. It's so obvious. Yeah, we get it. You already said it 8 times. Change the record. I used to think that. I had some ideas of that, but I'm going to be very honest with you. I think they're a joke. I think they're jesters. You know what a jester is? Like a clown? I think that's what they are. They're jesters. They are involved in the circus, or they are involved in the festivities that are being put on by the government, but they're just clowns. And I can say that with all my heart, because I used to be like, hey, what is up with these people? What? And I used to be like, what's up with these people? Like, are they involved with the government? Are they involved hard? And then as time went on and I looked into more stuff, these people are just clowns. They're just like puppets. And now when you say puppets for the agenda, I guess as a distraction, yeah. But they have no actual power. And they're just there to make people watch them. And that's why I love what we do, because this is important, because what they do, what Harry and Meghan do, I got to tell you, they do it so well every day. Every single time there's a story, they're trying to make normal people think that they're good. Every single freaking time. That's what they're doing. And you can see it so many times. And that's why for us, for content creators like us, it's important that we knock down all of these stories every time they put them out, because these people don't stop, man. You know, and that's why people are like, oh, they're going to go away one day. They're going to fade away. Hey, man, what if they don't? What if it's like 2029, right? And it's just the same thing every year. They're hitting it. They're putting out character pieces. Meghan is 50, but she's still trying to act like she's 22. Harry's going to be 45, but he's still acting like he's 13. Like, this is how it goes in life, right? That's why when people say that, oh, they're going to go away one day. I mean, I don't know. I don't know about that. And like this kind of stuff, this press reform shit, this isn't going to stop. They're not going to stop this either. They're not going to stop trying to censor the internet, children. They're not going to stop trying to censor the press. Like, you can really see what they're pushing at here. And for Harry and Meghan, when you have these people that spread the money around, why do you think they're getting that stupid award? They didn't actually do anything. They spread the money around to enough people to grease the wheels and kiss some ass so they get the award. They don't deserve it. Harry, what do you tell me honestly? And where's the Brazilian? Where did they go? Tell the Brazilian, what have Harry and Meghan done? I want the Brazilian to tell us. Where's it at? Where's the Brazilian person? They haven't done anything. Harry, Meghan, award, NYC. I can't think of anything that they've actually done to deserve an award. Because what do? Have you noticed that whenever you ask a question and then you think about it, what do Harry and Meghan do? What's the response you get? I don't know. So when you have something like this, that they're getting a big honor, okay, they'll visit New York for mental health related engagements. Yes, okay. But what did you actually do? They spread the money around. That's what it is. That's what they did. Because when you have these little events, like you remember that stupid event where they had all the faces? Meghan, Harry, Meghan. It was like faces on the phone, New York City or something like that. Charity. This one right here where Meghan looked like she was in the Space Force. Remember this one? Meghan Markle looks from the Space Force. Captain Admiral Markle of the U.S. Space Force. This one right here. Remember this event? This is what we're talking about by spreading the money around. This right here. Because when you have little events like this, it really it charges everything. Like the lights, you got to pay for the lights. You got to pay for the bar. You got to pay for the food. You got to pay for the tables. You got to pay for the venue, right? So what is she doing? What are they doing? They're spreading the money around. And what happens? Then they get this. Not because they actually did anything, not because they're actually humanitarians, but it's because they were rubbing elbows with the right people and they've been able to do and donate to the right people. That's why. See, exactly. You don't even have to worry about how much it is. There's no doubt in my mind about that. I got to tell you, this one, while it was surprising, this argument that people have out on social media. Oh, why do Meghan and Harry even get it? Why are they getting it? It's because of money. It's because of money. That's what it is. It's money. It's all pay to play. Yeah, all of it. It's all pay to play. And then when they have other events, all we would have to do is go find them. What other events besides this where Meghan Markle looks like she's an admiral in the Space Force, right? What other events have they thrown? Just go and find them, put them in a list, and then more than likely all of that is spreading the money around. That's what that is. It's the most obvious shit in the world with these people where, see, Clinton Global Initiative. Look, the Clinton Global Initiative. These are the people, man. These are the elites. It's them. It's crazy. I wish ICE would catch Harry in a big net. Oh, man. They seem to love charities. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think that U.S. aid was a hell of a lot bigger of a deal with Harry and Meghan than even what we know today. You know, we found out about all of the money that was supposedly going to different parts of this web that they have put together. And you can really see that with it ending, with U.S. aid ending, you know, Sentebale, I got to say it. I'll say it. It seems like Sentebale might die. I think that Sentebale was getting a pretty penny from U.S. aid. I really do. Where's the damn... Okay, there it is. So we're going to end it off here. Let's get into the chat for a little bit, and then we'll finish this off. Hey, I just want to let you know at the end of this video, I'm probably going to start putting these these lives, because we're gonna do them every day, I'm probably gonna start putting them like by order now. Because I really want to start like a daily show for you and I, and that way we can get together every single morning, and it's not just a title. Like the title will be part of it, but it's gonna be like whatever the title is, POV in the morning or whatever, and then 001. Or I got to go back and see how many lives we've had. It'll probably be like episode 105. But that's my next plan. So when you see the live and when you see the new name of it, it's just going to be an everyday thing. It's not going to be technically by title. So that way you'll know that we're here and we're jamming. We're having a good time. Some good points in here. They give us the ick. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I mean, I don't think that's specific to Archwell. I think that's all of them. Everybody does that. So while we can say that Archwell and Meghan and Harry are corrupt in that fashion, you know, that's just all of these people. And that's why it's funny when you see this. When you see the way that these two people are portrayed in the media, when you see how all of these character pieces about how Meghan is warm and kind and Harry is fun and loving, all of this bullshit. And then you find out stuff like that. You find out that most of this damn money that's supposed to go to these children and most of the money that's supposed to go to these charities are really just ending up in their pocket. It's just like that. So we're going to go ahead and leave it there. Thank you so much for being here on this live, and we will catch you next time.